Hey y'all, so let's talk. It's Kira Nicole and I'm back with another video, and this video is going to be about when I worked in Charlotte at Amazing Lash Studio. Now, Amazing Lash Studio is a franchise, so they have different studios all over the world. So if you have one near you, listen up. So working in a franchise was fun. I'm not even gonna lie to you. It was fun. You learn a lot of stuff. So from beginning to end, getting the job, it's just like a regular interview, like you do in normal jobs. You go in, you tell them what you've done before. They ask to see your work. Even if you haven't done lashes before, they train you, everything like that. So with me coming in, I kind of already had a head start because I was already trained twice. One for classics, one for volume. So when you get there, they train you classic and volumes, right? So I had no problem lashing. I understood everything that they was talking about. The problem was when you go through training, you don't get paid. So that was kind of like the first job I've ever had, going through training and not getting paid. But I mean, it wasn't really that big of a deal. Like, it was decent. The training class was big. I think it was like maybe 15 girls in my training class. And before my training class, they had already had one like 2 weeks before. So this is in the beginning stages of 2019. No, the ending of 2019 going in 2020. So in November 2019, I was training. In December, I got on the floor. So during training, they bring in people for you to lash, or you can have your own clientele set up for them to come to you. So when you're working in a franchise, if you have your own outside business, depending on how far you stay, you can't do lashes no more. So granted, I was over the mark because I stayed in Spartanburg, South Carolina, and I was working in Charlotte. So I was over the amount of miles to be able to do my own thing or whatever. Needless to say, like, it was still kind of hard because even though I was like, it almost felt like to them like I was stealing their customers or, something like that. So after a while, I had like stopped doing lashes on my own and I was just doing lashes up there. So I had a pretty good, decent little clientele, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was decent. The studio that I was at was brand new. Like, I was the first person in my room and everything. So my group that was trained was the first group to go through that studio, which was nice because everything was new. Like, and it's like, I don't know, it's just something about working in a new area when you're the first person. So that means like everything you touch, like you get to touch it first. You get to see how it worked first. So like with us, we was the first studio to get the waxing kit to wax eyebrows, to tint eyebrows. So honestly, when it came to me waxing and tint eyebrows, even though I've done it before, doing it there was like, it was better because I feel like I was trained better to do it. So like tinting eyebrows and stuff, like I love doing it. And maybe one day I add it to my menu, but as of right now, like I'm not going to add it because that's just a lot of work and space and time. And I don't have that right now because y'all know I have another job. But back to the story. So during training, we learned all of that. We learned how to put on the lashes. We learned about the different types of lashes, different types of glues. Now, I will say, even though I was certified twice before I started working there, I did not know personally that there were different glues that you can use for the humidity. So I'm not going to tell you what they are. So if you go work for them, then they will tell you. But yes, there's different types of glues that you can use for the humidity. And I'm just simply not going to tell you what they are because like that's not that type of video. Now, when I do another video about like lash supplies and stuff like that, then I would go into that. But as of right now, I'm not going to tell y'all. I don't want y'all to think, oh, she being stank. She don't want me to tell us the different types of glues. No, it's definitely not that. I love you guys. You know, I want you guys to support me. So, back to training. So, during training, we had to be there at 7 o'clock. So from 7 to 3, I was doing lashes, which I don't have no problems because I can do lashes all day. It doesn't bother me. You learn a lot when you have other people teaching you. And I will say that Amazing Lash Studio, when it comes to their training, it sticks. So before I even went there, I looked on YouTube, you know, got different perspectives from different people who had worked there. You know, I looked at people who had worked in Cali, Atlanta, just everywhere. And I had even watched some people who had worked at in Charlotte too. It was just a different location. So the one thing they said was there was a high turnover rate. Nobody in every video that I watched was lying. Like, the turnover rate is crazy high. And it's high because you're getting trained for free. Okay? You're getting trained for free. And since you're getting trained for free, most people, if they've never been trained before, they take it and they leave. Now, in my group, at least the girls waited until it was time for them to get on the floor. So, pros and cons to getting trained and leaving. So, if you haven't done lashes before, getting trained and then leaving and taking what you know, technically it's not really helping you because even though you're training, you haven't really gotten the experience to just be like, all right, I'm about to do this on my own. You know what I'm saying? To know how to treat the customer and see like the different type of reactions or allergic reactions or irritations that you can even go through. At least if you stay there and you go through the trials and tribulations there, like you have a manager or you have a senior lash tech that can help you. So like, for example, if you had somebody that had an allergic reaction, they didn't know they had one, you didn't know they had one, but they tried to throw it on you and say that everything was your fault, you have a manager to step in and say, you know what, you signed these papers, you said that you had no allergic reactions, all fine and dandy. Going out on your own, not even experiencing that once, you can mess around and get yourself sued. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you don't have them signing no waivers and all of that. So, like, of course, people try to take the fast track and be like, you know what? I got my training. I'm about to bounce. Yeah, I mean, if you feel like you're good enough and you know what you're doing, then, hey, by all means, there's the door. They can't stop you. They can't get mad for you not coming to training no more or not actually getting on the floor. It's actually just up to you. But I mean, it's kind of crazy. Especially because, okay, working there, they use pre-made fans. Me, I was trained to build my own fans. So I don't like pre-made fans. But if you were trained first to use pre-made fans, you're going to love them. The reason I don't like them is because you have different fans with different bottoms. So like you can have like a triangle bottom, like a circular bottom. Like it's crazy. And like if the bottom is too wide, then you're going to have a problem with putting it on the person's lashes and they're not going to stay. So me, I had a problem because I built my own fans. And for me, building fans make me go quicker. Pre-made fans, like literally if they fall off, I'm just like, oh my gosh, it won't stick. It won't stick. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just crazy. So for some girls, you know, they was like, all right, cool. I like the pre-made fans. They would leave, you know. Then you could go on YouTube literally and they doing a video about how, you know, oh, well, my clients don't want me to use pre-made fans. They want me to build my fans. Technically, that's something you would have to go and either watch a video on or almost take another class, an outside class, just to have somebody show you how to build fans because not all franchises build fans. I do know there's another franchise I forgot the name of it. But if I figure it out, I would definitely tell y'all in my next video. But they build fans and they teach you how to build fans. So, you know, win-win. So yes, we had a lot of girls that left. Now, when I got on the floor, I was super excited. Why? Because it was Christmas time, and Christmas time means tips. Well, I did get tipped good, but being on the floor is like totally different than like when I was doing lashes on my own. So like being on the floor there, like they literally give you a time limit for everything. And like even though you're building a relationship with the customers that turn into your clients, like you still have to follow the timeline. So like even if, let's just say you had a client and she wanted to be fuller, but you knew you didn't have another client after her, you had to leave your client to go to the front to tell them, oh, I'm about to lash her for a longer time, versus just sitting there and lashing them. So when you do that, it kind of breaks the client's, how could I put it? Almost breaks their sleep, because 9 times out of 10, your client is asleep, and it'll break their sleep when you start working on them, because sometimes they would think that you're finished, and have to be like, no, I have to go back up there and tell them. So of course, when you go tell them, that's extra money that they're tacking on or whatever. But in a sense, it's just like sometimes the client would get upset with you, and when really you're just going by protocol, because that's their protocol. You have to do that. Also, like with the kids, so like I think you had to be like 16 to be lashed up there, or you had to have your parents' consent. And honestly, I had this one girl. She wanted some dramatic lashes. So you know me, I live for the dramatic. And she was a cheerleader. So I was just like, you know what? Yes. And it was her senior year. You know what? Let's go ahead. Let's get you out there. Cause she was like, we got a pep rally coming up. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm about to lash you out. So she gets her lashes done, and she gets up and she's just like, oh my gosh, like I love my lashes, blah, 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 blah. She goes up there to the front, and she comes back. She tells me thank you. She gives me my tip, and then they leave. So then my manager comes back there and was just like, her mom wasn't happy. And I was like, what do you mean her mom wasn't happy? Like, she ran out of here happy. Like, what was the problem? She was like, her mom said that they were too long. Wait, what? I didn't get that memo. You know what I'm saying? Like, her mom didn't come in the back and say, okay, look, this is what lengths you need to use. It was none of that. Like, her daughter came back there by herself and was just like, I want these lengths. This is what I want you to do. So me being a stylist, I provided. And stuff like that. Like, if you haven't done lashes before on your own, before coming to Amazing Lash, you wouldn't know how to deal with that, because in a sense, they really don't have anything to do with you, because the guardian didn't come back there and tell you what she wanted or what she wanted her to have. So yeah. So pros and cons to working at Amazing Lash is, for one, all the pros is you're going to get the training that you need. The stylist, everybody there is like a family. So everybody has your back when it comes down to the clients, when it comes down to just anything dealing with lashes. They got your back. They will answer any questions. It don't take you long to move up to master stylist, especially if you know what you're doing. The cons is you don't make as much as they say that you're going to make. Like, if you're not upselling for the lashes, if you're not selling products, you're not gonna make the money that you think you're gonna make. Versus me, like I said, I used to sell before, so I was hitting my goals. I was getting the bonus. I was upselling customers. the first month there, I won the challenge because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing what I was supposed to do. I had it in my mind that each time we had a contest, like Ricky Bobby say, you the first or you last. So don't get me wrong. There was one time, you know what I'm saying, I didn't meet my goal, but I wasn't far off. But yeah, so I mean, working there is great. I would tell anybody, if you have your license, go work in another establishment before getting your own. That way you can know the ins and outs and you can learn. Like, I've worked in plenty people, studios, salons. I've been training with plenty of people. Like, I've worked under people to like learn different stuff, and it's a great thing. You don't have to stay there by no means. Don't like make it like your life decision, like, oh, I'm gonna be here forever, unless you want to. But starting out, definitely like do it. So for me, Amazing Lash, honestly, I liked it. Only thing I didn't like was, since I was driving so far, like, my money was pretty much going to gas, if that makes sense. And then, like I said, there wasn't no benefits, so I had to find insurance and pay for insurance, and that's not cool. But I will tell anybody, like, if you want to go work in a lash bar, go try it. Go try a franchise, because you never know. You may like that franchise, and then you may want to be a franchise owner. And with Amazing Lashes, they tell you the steps to take to become a franchise owner. Like, you can literally go on the website and then click franchise owner, and it tells you everything that you need to do. So who wouldn't mind working in a franchise and then actually being an owner? Like, come on, it just makes sense. But this wasn't a video to downplay Amazing Lashes. Like, for me, it worked for me. Now, you may see some other videos where they be like, oh, it was trash, da-da-da-da. My thing is this. It takes people to make something trash. And for me, I worked with some great people. Like, the owner of the franchise, like, she was great. She got like 6 studios that she owns. So, like, she know what she doing. Like, the people that I work with was great. My manager was great. The master stylist, like, they all were nice. Well, we ain't gonna get into that. But they all was nice or whatever. I mean, you had some that was just like, but like I said, we're not gonna get into that. But I can honestly say my experience at Amazing Lash wasn't bad. It was more so, you know what? I came, I got the experience, I worked, and it was time to move on. So, pros and cons. I think I had more pros than cons for you guys, but hey, comment below if you have any other questions about Amazing Lashes or any questions about lashes in general. You know, a video that you want me to go over or whatever. But like and subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys next time.
From out of bushes, it's a bitch ass nigga. Shit, you gon' die.